Thanks for joining me. So what we got here is we're going to do a VoD analysis of the IG versus G2 game. We'll just get right into it. G2, great start to the day. I think if anybody told G2 that they were going to go 1-1 today, I think they would have taken that in a heartbeat. They probably would have chosen to win this game over and then instead of SKT, but their performance against SKT was phenomenal. It was dominating. They controlled the whole entire game from start to finish. It was pretty fantastic. But this was a huge hype match. Everybody was excited about it. And going into it, we're going to look at. I'm going to move it along a little bit here, so we can look at the draft a little bit more in depth. I think this is something that, even in professional, it's very looked over a lot. Like why teams are doing things. Maybe the analysis isn't always there. The deep dives kind of into what someone might pick, kind of picking these random things. Now, this is their first matchup at the thing, and it's in the round robin. So we're looking at. I mean, you might want to try something crazy here, and G2 definitely goes with something crazy, but that's kind of been their style. They're in good spirits, obviously, from this. I don't think they're scared of these situations, but it's. There's some really odd picks in here because, for one, you can't really know the Shy's going to take a Kali here. He hasn't even played a Kali this season. Not that you're worried that the Shy can't play a Kali. He's clearly the best top laner in the world, which he shows in this game very, very, very emphatically in multiple team fights. He has a couple crazy plays, but you can't. I guess you can't really worry about that. I don't think Akali's a big pick for them in general. You're not really scared of rookies Akali specifically. You might be scared of rookie, but Akali wasn't a big pick for them. I don't understand the Sylas ban, and we've talked about this tons of times, and I'll always keep bringing it up. I don't think Sylas is that good, especially in the top lane. He can kind of pop off from the mid lane when he's not building that kind of half tanky, kind of slower pace game thing up there. But that champion just doesn't seem to be a consistent pick, even if someone's having a decent game. He's so reliant on the team, and a lot of people bring up like Vladimir's like that similarly too, especially in the mid lane, which you're going to see in this game. But Vlad's one of those. He's not really a lane dominator. He's got a ton of sustain. He's very safe, stuff like that. He's very reliant on his team kind of holding it together while he kind of holds it together, and then he becomes a Vlad late. And once Vlad gets to mid-late game, he's just devastating. He does so much damage. He empowers the team. He's very safe. He can dive, stuff like that. But Sylas is reliant on being around the right people. When a team fight busts out, getting the right ults, stuff like that. If other people on the team are dead, maybe you wanted that ult. There's just a lot of things where I think Sylas is just not a very good fleshed out pick right now for teams, and I don't think you needed to ban it right there. Because I think, not that the Shy can't beat you on it or a rookie doesn't know how to play it, but it's a waste of a ban in the sense that there's much more dangerous stuff coming out of IG, and you let IG get one of their most dangerous things, and that is Rookie Zoe. Rookie Zoe is unbelievable. Faker's Zoe is the same thing. Zoe is just too powerful right now for any top-tier mid laner to give that over. You either need to ban that or take it for yourself. I don't think Caps is on the same level, so maybe they didn't see it that way. So I thought that was really odd. Banning out the Tark so they can't go Tark Stone a bot lane from IG. I guess if they're worried about that stuff, banning out the Irelia is definitely something that Caps and Wonder, and I'm sure Perks can play in the bot lane if they're trying to do something crazy. And then the Pyke ban too. He's another one. I think there was some gun shyness from the game before for IG. Maybe it was something they're not prepared to go against a bunch of times from a better all-around team. So they didn't take that, and they just took it off the board, which is fine. Just something you do. If on G2's side, their next two bans I think were great. You can't give Jace over to IG. You probably have the two best Jace players in the world on the same team. If they're not the best, then they're definitely in the top 3 or 4, 5, especially in pro play. So yeah, that's a pretty standard ban, I think, against that team. And then the rise to Rookie's Rise is pretty phenomenal. And it's not a power pick, I don't think, for G2 in that sense. Neither is the Jace, but you can't let them accidentally get Jace on blue side. So going into that, though, you look at you're looking at, you gave him the Lovers bot lane, which I think is fine, especially if you have something to counter it. And I think G2 made a great bot lane pick. Because they have the Tom there. Tom makes it very safe for Nico down there, and she's already pretty safe. She's very oppressive. She hits you with that root through the thing. So root through the minions, it's a 3-second root plus her Q. She's just very dangerous in lane. I think it was a great pick for them. I think she's a really, really strong pick right now, and especially for G2, it's kind of a style they like to play. It's a little bit off kilter. I mean, she's definitely meta, but J4 standard. I don't like caps on Vladimir. And this is something I wanted to bring up because we saw, even though G2 dominated SKT, and you're going to see it in this game too, Caps has 2 mental blocks in the game, and unfortunately they seem to be Faker and Rookie. When Caps runs into somebody who is better than him, it seems like, I don't know if it's his idea to go on these safer picks and kind of try to play back and just, get through the laning phase, or if it's the coaching staff or that's what they're telling them they're going to try and do and play through other lanes. But Caps is talented enough that I think you need to kind of let him go and see if he can, brawl with these guys. It didn't work against Rookie at Worlds. It's a lot later than Worlds. It's a different meta. It's still Rookie, but Cap seems to have a lot of trouble in these laning phases. He did not have a good laning phase against Faker. Luckily, Yankos and Wonder and Perks and Mickey were all on point, so it didn't really matter what he was doing there. Faker never really got to get that lane going, but he was down. He's down 20. He was in 2 waves really early in that matchup in the SKT game, and that was a game they were winning across the board. So that wasn't, that's worrisome. And then this game, we're going to get into it and see it. He gets dominated mid lane, and then he goes bot lane and makes a terrible mistake. Very tilted mistake it seemed like. But this is something that G2 is going to have to get a lid on. They're going to have to figure out where Caps is at with that stuff, because G2 showed the first game. I think they showed in this game. They got beat, sure, but I mean, they showed in this game like they can go toe to toe with anybody, and they're going to become a power. They're going to be someone that people have to pay attention to because they're going to get to Worlds. They're extremely talented. They're well coached. They have a great sense of the macro. They have a great sense of the kind of off kilter draft, almost like that C9 sense. But I think they're clearly more talented. So they can get away with that stuff. But that's going to be a big thing, because you can say, well, those are the only 2 guys that they're going to run into. Unfortunately, if you want to win Worlds, you're going to have to go through those 2 guys. And when you get into these best of 5s and stuff, and I'm kind of hoping at this point that G2 and SKT run into a best of 5. I'd really like to see how that plays out like that, because that is something SKT has done before, where they kind of they lose in the round robins, and they don't look great. They might not even look great in the first game of a best of 5, and then all of a sudden the gears kick in and they start doing it. But that's going to be a huge weak spot against the 2 teams that you have to beat, obviously at MSI and then coming into Worlds. But they just compounded this with this inexplicable Vayne pick, and this was a matchup I was really excited about, and it kind of just got thrown in the dumpster here. There was really no way for Wonder to succeed on Vayne. You're not gonna. You might get away with that in that SKT game because you get to farm up. SKT's not hyper aggressive. They don't play that style of game, but IG does. IG is going to come at you. They super bloody games. They get after it. They're not going to let you farm up there and just play very safely. But we'll just get into the VoD so you can see it. But I thought that was just an inexplicable pick. I thought the rest of the bans were fine. But I just that pick didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Give Wonder something that he can show his laning against the Shy, and it got really out of control really quickly. Started out great for him. It looked good. There's a big pause here at the beginning. I think they redo. props to the analyst desk for keeping that up for, 60 minutes today? It's fantastic. So good, good for them. Yeah, and that's another thing, too. The play-by-play commentators at this tournament have just been phenomenal. So, I mean, big ups to them. They've been just absolutely outstanding. All the commentating has been pretty good. The analyst deck's been fun, but the play-by-play people have been absolutely phenomenal. It's been great. Um, so, what he's talking about right now is Vayne being really brutal to deal with and stuff up there, but this isn't against a normal laner. This isn't solo queue. B, this is a shy. This is peak performance top laner right now, and you'll see how much time Jankos is going to have to spend up there just to keep that matchup even, so to speak. A lot of the money goes to Jankos early, but it's going to hurt them in the long run because Jankos is going to be going tank to give him that kind of front line with Tom. But everyone will say hindsight's 20/20, but this is foresight. You have to know that this is not. Why would you want to put Wonder into that matchup up there? He's been probably your best performing player. He's looked phenomenal this year, and you kind of put him into a matchup, and then later in these skirmishes and these team fights where he's just got a huge target on his back, and there's too many assassins on the other team. So, yeah, I was a little disappointed because I was very excited for this matchup. I think a lot of people were very excited for this matchup. And this wasn't going to get us that kind of top lane 1v1. It was always going to be 2v2, 2v1 both ways because the junglers are going to have to focus that top lane. So I thought this was a good matchup bot lane. I think one of the worries, not really a worry, but something we all wondered about coming into it was seeing Perks go up against the top two bot lanes in the world, definitely, and they got him first two games. And I thought Perks and Mickey played great down there in both of the games. This game, it gets very out of hand very quickly, but I don't think has anything to do with Mickey and Perks' play. I think they laned really well. They've looked good down there. Perks has shown that he knows how to do this. It's an interesting spot. I think as Jankos, you see Zoe kind of creeping over that way. To take that blast cone over without throwing your flag over and checking that area, you have to be a little bit suspect of what's going on there. Zoe's got the lane pushed in. Great job by them to realize that Baolan was out of lane, though, and get the summoner. They got both summoners out of Jackie early there, and that sets up a very good situation for the pressure from J4 in that situation. Very, very, very good of Mickey and Perks to realize that right away and just go after him, because Baolan wasn't going to get down there in time to help that 2v2. And that's what we're talking about top there. It's press the attack Vayne into a shy. I think into any other maybe top laner, you would have been okay here, but this isn't an ordinary top laner or an ordinary player, and I think that needs to be looked at when you're in the draft phase. You're just putting your guy in a position to give him something a little bit tankier or something that can go toe to toe. There's not tons of things you can go toe to toe with Akali, but there's plenty of things that lane well against her that Wonder's good at too. Yeah, that's a rough push out. He's going to get so much sustain by the time he comes back to the lane. At least he's on Thunderlords. It's not the fleet footwork Vayne where they're just going for that super lane sustain. It's a great gank by Jankos. A little late by Ning there, but it was the right idea. And this is where it's all starting to go bad for Caps. And really G2. They even have some big plays top. Jankos is going to get 3 kills up there, but this is awful for Caps right now. He's missing he's going to miss 2 waves. Rookie just has pure control over that mid lane at this point. He's going to come back to lane with items, and it's just going to get worse and worse for Caps. This is where Yanko's spending a lot of time. Ning's going to come up here. See, he's down to one hit. I'm not entirely sure what the Shy's doing here, but he's really the best player in the world, so shouldn't argue with it. Now, Wonder does a good job of just leaving and not even trying to come back. But this whole situation, I don't want to take anything away from Yankos. He played it phenomenally well. But you can see right there, it's just I don't know if it's over aggression or a little bit of, hey, I got first blooded, so I want to get revenge here. But you can just see this. In what world are you killing J4 here? He's low on mana, but he's definitely not out of it. There's no way you're killing him. You just have no chance. He's got Conquer, so he has Triumph. If he gets the first kill off the thing, they took too many tower shots to start it. And he's up by... he comes back with a Cinderhulk right away. But Caps is getting dump trucked so bad in the mid lane. That advantage just doesn't play out that well. And it's also Cinderhulk Jarvan. So he can't really press his lead without teammates there. He's going to need people for damage. And that comes into play pretty quickly. See, you can see it down there on the mini map. I mean, the Shy knows Ning's coming in here. He's known Ning's coming in here. But there's a pink ward down there, so they know that Ning's there too. There's going to be no secret of him coming over this wall. So Wonder's just going to leave. Like, as Ning knows better than that, the Shy knows better than that. They know that they saw him. They know he's on his way up here. There's no way around that. This is one of those things where you don't have flash on Akali. You don't have teleport to get back to lane. You pushed her out. You're down a kill right now. He's not down CS at this point, though. In fact, I think he's a little bit up in CS. But either way, you got a nice advantage there. Ning can come to back you up, maybe showing, gets Wonder to just leave. Yankos holds the turret for a second, and you cut that advantage back down. But then you go into dive here. Again, even if you kill Yankos, one of you's dying. So you're giving him another kill. You're letting him get to that Cinderhulk faster. You're not going to get to Wonder. He's just going to leave because he knows Ning is coming. But he also knows the Shy doesn't have flash. So he can't flash on top of him, Q him, flash auto him, whatever he needs to do. He doesn't have flash on his own, so he's gonna err towards the side of caution here. This was just the playing's not so much the mistake as just the idea of even going up there. The decision to even try and dive this is the mistake. That was really weird too. Ning could have just walked out of there and been like, "Sorry, Shy, we messed up, made a mistake there." But I mean, that's kind of how IG plays this game. They're gonna go for everything, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And most of the time, it works because they're just so mechanically gifted. And now Wonder's pretty much screwed in this lane. Yankos is up here again. He has to live up here at this point. He can't go help Caps, who's down CS right now. The Shy is down. He's down CS, so even more so diving that was even worse. Ning is up quite a bit of CS because Yankos has spent so much time. But this is another one. We see it. This extends a little bit further. He's trying to get that empowered Q on him, but Rookie's nowhere near him, and he's going to push him out of lane again here. And then he ults him because he's coming in. He's still got his flash. I mean, ult for a flash is a great trait, I guess, but there was just no reason to take that much damage as Caps right there. Rookie was going to move forward and stay in lane no matter what. And Yankos is already on his way. He doesn't have warded. Balon was nowhere near. And you knew that because you had the Tribush warded. So just interesting little mistakes from Caps that you don't see when he's playing against people he thinks he's better than. He just seems to have a mental block. When he doesn't feel like he's better and has that confidence, it's like he's a completely different player. And I think that's going to hurt them internationally unless they can get that figured out. This is another one. J4 still topside, and he's going to come topside again. This is... The Shy is forcing so much pressure. He's 0-2 and down 10 CS at this point, and he still commands all the pressure on the whole entire map. He commands all the jungle pressure, everything. That's why this Vayne pick is just... It killed them. It destroyed them because of that. And then they see him on the ward, and it's just a perfect gank, and there's nothing Yankos can do about it. I mean, Ning's been up here a lot too, but Rookie's winning the mid lane quite heavily at this point, so he doesn't need to be there. Bot lane's fine. They're in a pretty stable lane. The CS is close down there, so they're fine. So Jankos just has to sit up here, and his team, unfortunately for him, because of this Vayne pick, is losing any pressure they have on the rest of the map. So it doesn't just come down to what we were talking about in the lane. It comes down to when you're making that decision to put Wonder on Vayne, you have to look at what else is it going to affect? How does it affect the rest of the team? You don't just get to win lane. You know, Jankos can say, I'll be up there all the time. We'll get Vayne ahead and snowball. But you're not going to snowball a Shy. Ning knows that he's probably going to be winning the mid lane matchup, so he doesn't need to spend a lot of time there. He gets to farm. He's way up in CS at this point. Jankos is way behind in CS. Yes, he has 3 kills, but this lane is over for Wonder at this point. He can't farm. He can't go anywhere near the Shy. Every time that Shroud's up, the Shy has just free reign on him. And if he's at 75% health like this and gets caught with a Q and into ult, he's just going to die. I mean, he can condemn away and hope he gets away, but there's a second part of the ult. If he hits him with the E, he can dive him under the tower. If he throws the E in the Shroud and dives him under the tower, he can get out of there. It's just a horrible situation with all the time and resources they spent top. They have no control up there. You can see the vision, down here. He's got deep vision now. That pink ward's not getting that one. It's a bad situation for G2, and it seems so subtle, and it seems like the game's kind of even right now, but it's not. And it wasn't even from the start, even when they were up those kills, because you have Vayne in the top lane, and now Wonder's got it back again. So, this is a big one too. If you're gonna go with this, I understand this idea with the Hex Drinker, so you can get up there in lane, but really this is only protecting you from the burst. Maybe if you don't have this, the Shy goes deep in on you, but you're Vayne too, so you are a little bit safer than most up in that top lane. Why go for this? You're just when this gets to the mid game, you're not going to have Bork and Rageblade. So even in that situation where if you start to come back into the game, you're not really contributing anything to team fights. And you'll see that plenty of times. There's multiple team fights. There's one right around here where Vayne's just not really doing that much damage. She's not very dangerous. This pick lost him the game, essentially. They might have lost anyways, but this one guaranteed they were going to lose this game. Ning's got a Tiamat too, so he's just farming like crazy. Jankos is caught up. But this is a bad situation. I think this is a really nice play by Wonder, though, where he invises the flash kick. Yep. Yeah, that was really cool. Right. Yeah, that was a really, 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 really neat play right there. So people who are watching, they talk about it a little bit afterwards. It's a really, really neat play. What reaction time, too, here by Wonder. To Alt and Q immediately to cancel the flash kick. It's fantastic play. But this just shows, too, I mean, putting Wonder on something like this, put him on something legit, and he might have a chance up here. And also, J4 doesn't, Jankos doesn't have to live up here. But really nice play by Wonder there. He got to show off some of his skill. So they got Jankos with that deep ward. They have 2 deep wards now. Ning's starting to take some of his farm. Ning's got to go back so Jankos can take some of his if he needs it. Tom's so good. He just doesn't take any damage. He just walks away. It's interesting how well the bot lane played this too, because Jackie and Balon are so aggressive normally, inside, outside, everywhere. They're just hyper aggressive, and they have a pretty aggressive combo. But that was a great draft by G2 to pick something that basically negates that aggressiveness. And all you need to do is stay even in lane, and you're even in that situation. And admittedly too, that the lovers bot lane is pretty hard to kill. With Zaya's ult and Rakan's ult, and they have a lot of CC and disengage. He's finally putting some attention here mid, but rookie knows what's up. I mean, this guy knows what's going on here. He knows he's safe on the bot side. He doesn't have a ton of info where Jankos is, so that's just pure instinct right there that he knows that if I just stand down on this end, I got Balon coming up, I got Ning coming back out the farm, and then the support comes in and he gets a pretty good chunk on the caps right there. Mickey tries to come in, Rookie dodges everything in that situation, and then they re-engage. Ning's here now, and this is where it starts to go visibly wrong for G2, even though it went wrong actually a long time ago because of how much pressure J-Force had to put top. Ning just has free reign in the topside jungle. Vayne can't do anything about it. It's pretty hard to dive, though, so they at least got that going for him. It's a nice play, but this is a really, really nice re-engage. Rookie gets out of there. The Shy comes in, and this is where it starts to go really crazy for them. There it is. We didn't really get to see that. I don't even think they replay it that much. But this is another part. Wonder just does almost nothing in that fight. He just, he comes in, ults, everything, and they just don't. They push him away, but they don't get a bunch of damage on it. Mickey dying in the Dragon Pit was bad situation because they were even bought. You gave Jackie quite a bit of gold, and then this happens, and I just don't know what you're doing there. Like, you're in a bad situation. There's no reason to be there, Caps. Why come back there? The Shy and Ning are both in the mid lane when this happens. This is just such a. This is what I was talking about earlier. So he comes back here. You know the Shy and Ning. Like, everyone's disengaging. Go a little bit further back. So this kill happens down here. I mean, it's fairly irrelevant to the thing, but so Caps is here. He's fairly safe. Wonder's fine now. They pushed him out. They got rid of him. The Shy's still there. So the Shy's going to regen some of that health back up. He's got a pot going. Balon's leaving, but Ning's around here. So this is a situation, like, you farm that wave, you already pushed it out. Like, you need to leave here. Wonder can't help you. Wonder's got nothing to help you with. He's got no items. He's not dangerous at this point. He's not ahead. So he's got nothing to help you with. Granted, the Shy hasn't gone back and bought, but Ning's got decent items right now, and he's at full health, and he's still in the area. He hasn't gone anywhere. During the regular season, Caps would never do this. He has no backup. This is at best a 1v2, and at worst, if Balon says, screw it, I'm going in, it could be a 1v3 here. And you just see it. He just gets chunked out for no reason. There's no wave there. There's nothing to farm. And then Ning just comes right in, gets enough damage on him. The Shy's going to come back into this fight. Wonder's no threat to either of them. And that's it. And that's the situation where it was kind of puzzling what Caps was doing, and then he makes another absolutely puzzling play. Bot. We don't even get to see the whole thing. We just get to see the end of it, but it doesn't make any sense anyways. He doesn't even pull. It's interesting. So yeah, Caps comes teleport back in. This is a good gank. I mean, what are you going to do here? Rookie just kind of outplays this right here. He's got extra flashes. He's going to get out of there, and then. They missed a lot of this stuff with these replays. Like, we don't need to replay that. There's a big fight going on down bot. And now you're giving a kill over to Rookie, which is just free because he has nowhere to be. Caps isn't even in the area because he just died. He's got no relevance in lane whatsoever. And this game is over right now. It's completely over. Akali's got Gunblade, boots. I mean, Rookie's up 30 CS right now. Perks is up CS, but he's down a kill and an assist. This was interesting. Great save right there. There's that Tom, though, saving people. And Rookie comes down and gets Mickey. Mickey saving again. Tom's just too good. It's really hard for me to see how Tom gets through so many drafts. And here's this bot lane play starting right now. Here we go. No pool. I mean, was pool on cooldown? Maybe. I don't know. We don't know. That just inexplicable tilt right there. But that's 100% tilt. It's too bad because, that's something they're going to have to figure out with Caps. Someone's going to have to talk to him and figure that out. Someone's going to have to put their, he has perks there, so hopefully perks can maybe help him with what's going on. They were very lighthearted about it. in the pre-tournament. So you kind of think that maybe they're figuring that stuff out, and they're very good about that stuff. I don't think they're a team that gets down on themselves. They're okay. They know they're good. They know they can play with the big boys. They know they're an elite team, and this is inexplicable engage. But it's just the Shy's too good. He just outplays that whole entire situation. You jumped on someone that you weren't going to be able to kill in that short amount of time in the Cataclysm. I don't know where, but I guess if they just go for it. You know, they're going to go for it because they know they're behind, but they're not super far behind. They're down 3,000 gold right now. I just don't. Wonder does nothing in these fights, so it's a 4v5 at best if it's a full team fight. Mickey's pretty far behind, and then this right here, so you jump on these two guys. Like, first of all, Ning's not going to die in this situation. Neither is Rookie. Neither of them are going to die in this situation. They're plenty ahead right now. That they have the items. They're not going to die in this situation because Balon's right here. So Balon's right here. He can keep these three. He can even sacrifice himself under tower if he needs to keep these three out of it. And J4 is not going to kill either of these. But the problem is when you jump in here, you know the Shy's here. You got a ward down here. So even if you came out of the bush, you still saw him before you engaged on this. So the Shy's right here, who's super strong at this point. I mean, it's a Kali with Gunblade and boots. She's got a lot of magic penetration. Those boots aren't going to save you from her. And they know how good this guy is. So this is kind of one of those moments where it's a snap decision. You know, you feel like you're in a good situation, but Wonder's not doing anything. He's no damage, not going to kill anybody. Perks is actually, you know, a decent situation, but he doesn't have a lot of damage even with the Glacial Augment build. So it's a bad situation, but this right here, there's nothing you can do. Balon's just going to cut them off. There's nothing. He's by himself now. J4 is by himself. He's Cinderhulk J4. Doesn't have any damage, so he's not doing anything in this fight. And then it's going to pop off right away because the Shy just goes straight for the backline, and you saw it. He jumps to them to protect them and then goes in with his ult. All of them are screwed now. They got nothing. There's nothing they can do at this point. They're just at the whim of the Shy at this point. And the fight, it's not even a turnaround. It's not even a counter initiation. It's just a drubbing. There's nothing they can do about it. Yanko survives it because he's, tanked Jarvan, but Caps was still back at the base too. He was back here when this all started. It was a really weird engage. I know you got to go for it, but you weren't down that much that you needed to do something like that because the game was over most likely, but this just put you down 6,000 gold now, so it doubled your gold deficit. It's a very, very, very odd snap decision by Yankos there, who usually doesn't make ones like that. And now you have Vayne coming down, who has to... Now Vayne has to 1v1. I mean, they're going to replay this. This is no pool. What? No, he didn't, Kobe. He didn't pool. I'm gonna re-show this, but now you're single lane with Wonder. He can't match the Shy. This is a good dive here though. They go in after it, and they just trying to get some gold back on the board. But the re-engage is just Ning. Great play by Ning right there. But Balon's just feeling it. Balon is amazing at Recon, and maybe you should have banned it out. I don't know. He's really, really good at Recon. But Wonders, he's got no chance. He can't even be in this lane. Yeah, he's running away, and he's still going to die. There's nothing he can do about it. It's just, he's useless at this point. He doesn't exist. This is almost at a point in this situation where you dove the mid to try and get some gold. You got to do something, I guess, at this point, so that's fine. Ning comes back. It turns around on you because Balon makes a great play with Ning. That's fine. You got to kill him there. You got to shut down onto Jackie. But at this point, this is a situation where maybe it's time to treat Wonder right now as the AD carry. Have him running around with Tom because Perks can probably be in a lane by himself against a collie and get away. He's not obviously not going to be able to fight a collie with Oblivion Orb, Gunblade, and boots, but he could be in the lane at least and keep the wave pushed, and keep the wave static at least at this point. So the Shy's just not getting tons of gold with tower kills, but they have this deep vision here. But I'm surprised they didn't do that. It would have been a much better situation for the team, and for Wonder to just have him running around with Tom. Give him some of that safety while he farms a little bit, because you need to stall. Your only way out of this is stall. You're only down one turret right now. You're not even down a turret, actually. You're even on turrets. But, I mean, you're only missing your mid lane turret. But you got theirs. And then they go in there. It's a nice play. Just too many tower shots. That one right there. So you saw Perks. That's a huge mistake by him right there. He might not have died in this whole situation. He might have still, because Ning hits him with a Q. So he might have got to him. But Perks taking that second tower shot was really was bad. Was really bad. Still might have killed him, but it didn't help. It might have given you a situation to get over to Yankos, but Yankos, they already cleaned his shutdown down. So Caps again, just no reason to be there, none whatsoever. You have no vision, no why you're there. None. Yankos has got to be just like, dude, what are you doing right now? I'm over here farming. I'm trying to get some gold, and you have no vision. You don't know where they're at, and then you push up too far. It's a good poke, but yeah, this is a situation where Wonder's in such a bad position. He can't even walk forward. I mean, he's in such a bad spot right now. Just boom. It's so easy for him. Yeah, nothing he can do about it. It's a good re-engage here to get the Shy and get the shutdown gold. They give it over to Caps. At that point, I wouldn't have given that to Caps, though, either. I would have given that to Perks. Caps isn't doing anything with his gold. He's clearly slightly tilted right now. I don't think you can fix that. He just has a mental block against the Rook. Anybody he thinks are better mid laners than him right now. That might be some age things, and it might be something that he needs a little more confidence in those situations, because he's definitely good enough to play with anybody, talent-wise. But mentally, he seems to tilt pretty easily against those two. They beat SKT, so it was fine. But this was a bad game for him. So this is, I mean, you can see it down here. They have all of G2's vision is in this little circle right here, right around their tower. Which, I mean, you got to get vision somewhere, obviously, but it's not really helping them in the situation for fighting for Baron. And then it also allows IG these situations right here. So IG doesn't have vision over here, but they have vision in the two spots that they need. These are the most important spots in this situation with Baron up. The Shy's bot, but his teleport's up, so they're fine. And these two, like, this pink ward's been there for a while. Who hasn't, I don't know whose pink ward this is, but whoever it is should have moved this at some point, because Baron's the most important part. You're not going to get this dragon or probably fight over it. I don't think there's really any point to die and lose the game over Mountain Drake. It's a great Drake, obviously, but losing Baron's going to lose you the game a lot faster than losing that dragon. So if they do go down and take Dragon, it's going to give you a situation where you can get in here and get vision on this stuff. There's vision here, but that's not useful. IG still has vision. They had vision on this side. This one just timed out. But these two right here, that one's fine. It's a regular ward. But this pink ward needs to be moved somewhere in here. They only have the one right here. They know there's someone here. They don't know how many of them are here. I'm not entirely sure they know the Shy is bot at this point. So if you don't know that stuff, it's very hard for you to maneuver in here, because you can't go up and farm the top lane. You can't farm the mid lane, clearly, obviously. And bot lane, none of you can be down there by yourself, because the Shy will just take you out. huge poke from Rookie already. That's put Caps as he dies before he can even pull type stuff. And they have full control of this whole entire area right here. This whole area, they have full control of it. That ward's not very useful. Again, they find out where they are, but they have so much control here. There's no way G2's even going to be able to, at any situation, even 50-50 the Baron. They're behind quite a bit, but it's still a bad situation for them. And then they get a free dragon anyways. So again, though, if you're G2, you can't fight for that dragon. There's nothing you can do there. There's nothing you can do about it. They're trying to get farm onto Wonder. But again, it's useless gold. It's a waste. He's never going to be relevant in this game unless it goes to like 50 minutes, and there's no way IG is going to allow that at this point. And it's not their play style either. They don't care. They're going to press. The Shy just has free reign bot. I mean, even chasing Rookie here, you're never going to get him. And then you put yourself in a situation like that where the Shy teleports in, and now there's a big fight that's going to happen. So you're 3v4 right now. The Rookie's over the wall. Wonders again. This is that situation that we're talking about. They lost the game in pick ban because of this, because of Vayne. I don't know whose idea that was, but it's killing them right now because she can't do anything in this fight. This is as useful as she is, and she's actually literally not useful at all because the pink ward is more useful than she is because it's doing her job right now. There's nothing Wonder can do in this fight. It has nothing to do with his ability or his talent. There's just nothing he can do. He doesn't have any damage. He barely has a completed item. And this is just such a bad situation because Ning is coming. They don't know where he's at, so they have no idea where he is. So they have to assume he's in this area somewhere down here. They try to go in between the towers here, but there's too much poke from Rookie. Balon can engage this if he wants to. Jackie can dive this because of his ult. Root one or two of them. If the Shy even gets in there, two of them are dying no matter what. He has so much damage at this point, and he's so good at the game. So this is a really, really rough situation. And it's, again, even this situation coming up, where do you go here? Because if you didn't chase, you forced the TP out of the Shy, but that didn't help you because now they're just going to turn on Baron. Because they poked Perks and Caps down, so they can't come and challenge any of this stuff. And they're going to take this pink ward out, probably take this one out if they wanted to, and there's just nothing you can do about it. You just throw that out. You have a ward. This is a great ward right here. This is probably saving their lives, but this is inexplicable. Like, why are you? I mean, you're losing this tower no matter what. And now you separated three of them, while your other two are still down here. So you can't win the fight anyways. And then you didn't put yourself in a position to win a rough fight at the first part of it. Because you sent three people in between the turrets, and now the Shy's free. This play's amazing. Yeah, it's too good. He's too good. You heard Kobe right there. Oh, I mean. Yeah, so you kind of disengaged it. But again, now you allowed Ning into here. So Ning's in now. These two are cut off. They're cut off from the situation because neither of them can 1v1 Ning. Maybe Perks can fight him, but Wonder can't. He's not probably going to kill him. They can disengage it. But Perks just uses W, so he doesn't have that anymore. This ward is huge, but they don't utilize it. They know there's four people right here. Right here, and Rookie's damage coming over the wall is just as good as his damage of standing in the lane. Balon's about to go in this bush. What is Caps doing right here? You can't get away from Balon if he wants to jump on you, and he's going to. And bingo. Here he goes. And there you go. So now there's a sleep. These two are cut off. Perks is getting to the fight late. They can't utilize the tower. Maybe if all five of them or four of them were under this tower when the fight started, they might have got some shutdown gold out of it. They're still going to die. But you're in such a bad situation, and Rookie's just over this wall, and Ning's still coming in. He's going to cut you off, and the Shy's coming in on the back of it, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Like I said, Jackie's got his ult to get rid of tower aggro. That was a good ult by Yankos to stick him in that. Jackie didn't get to get over it, so that was really good. Or before it, but then there's nothing you can do here, and then the Shy makes this crazy play. I mean, that's just styling on people right there. Easy. Yeah, you're right, Frosk. It is a slaughter. And again, I don't think this. I think this is more shows how good IG is individually, and macro, and especially in team fights and stuff like that. I don't think it's as big of a detriment on G2, and that they're not good or anything, or they don't belong in the same games as IG. They definitely belong in this arena. Um, in a best of five, I can't see. I don't think G2 would get 3-0'd. I mean, they might just because IG is so good, but it has nothing to do with that G2 couldn't beat some of these teams. I mean, they proved it against SKT. This is just a really weird draft, and this is a really, really poor decision, this one, top here. And they didn't really talk about it, but they should have, because it's pretty clear right away that Vayne's going to cause a ton of problems. And it's not 2020 hindsight. It's, Jankos has to stay top, and that's going to cause a ton of problems because the Shy's going to absorb your pressure. You're not going to beat IG through the Shy. And I actually didn't see the post-game stats. I could probably look it up. But I can't imagine Wonder did very much damage in this whole entire game. He just doesn't have an opportunity to play the game. Never had an opportunity to play the game, and he shouldn't have bought this first. That was, he's got, what's he do? Jankos doesn't have damage either. This is a decent engage. What else are you going to do, I guess? Yeah, whatever. Just go for it. So that was great by G2 right there. Absolutely phenomenal. Why wouldn't you? It was interesting. The Shy didn't chase. Maybe he didn't see them, but yeah, maybe they don't have any vision there, so he didn't see where Vayne and Vlad ran. But if he even just chases them, they can't get away. So that was weird. But these two are so strong at this point, it doesn't matter. They're just going to siege by themselves. But it's not a desperation play. That was a great play by Jankos. Good engage. They played that whole team fight really well, and that's where you can see where G2 is such a good team. They're so talented. They have great synergy with each other, and I think that's one of the things that makes them so good. When someone engages, they just go. They go, you know what? We're gonna do it all as five, and it's really, really interesting. You'll see it right here. That's a great play by Jankos. Balon separated slightly. The TP's coming in. Perks is right here. Caps is right here. And, that's a great play by him because, you're going to lose this game anyways if you don't do something about it. So they're near Baron. They have all the vision, and you just, Jankos just calls it, I'm assuming, and just says, we're going. And it's a great play by them. Wonder comes in. This is a nice play by Wonder. You can see the talent there. Mickey's zoning Zoe as well as he can, and he does a great job of it. Doesn't let him get anything over the wall at Wonder, which is phenomenal. But again, I don't know. The Shy must not have seen them or something. Yeah, he must not have seen them because that was just free gold. I don't like that build on Perks either. It's a CC build. You don't have a ton of damage in this team anyways because he's so far behind. Once Wonder got that far behind, you should have just started building some more damage or something. You just don't have a lot of damage, and he's never going to be relevant. Even now, they're only down 8k gold. But man, are they fighting. Yeah, IG, I think, ends this game with 30 kills. They get after it. That's one of the other things, too. They're so strong that two people pushed them back. They couldn't even get ward coverage. They couldn't even take Baron control in that situation. Not like they shred Baron anyways, because Vayne's not ready to go. And they just destroy this Baron. And Balon is just 1v3ing up here. He's going to go down, but this whole fight, there's nothing they can do about it. They're just too strong. Here comes another crazy play by the Shy. Throws his thing back. I mean, that's unbelievable. Ties here anyways, but what a play. Guy's so good. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he throws his E back in his shroud as he goes for this. It's oh, it's a shy. Man, they two-man that Baron so quick. Yeah, and I mean the game's been over for a little bit, but you can see how it built up to that. I mean, the most important part of this was the beginning of the game. Yeah, Yankos was up there and he got all the kills. Maybe if all three of those kills go down to Wonder, it's a little bit different story because he can basically get a free Hex Drinker if he's going to go that route. But they just this pick put them so far behind um, as far as map control goes. It pretty much lost them the game essentially. That didn't work out, Mickey. Interesting decision, but it's just some styling on people at the end of this. There's nothing really that anyone does right or wrong here. I mean, the Shy has a nice play up in the thing, get a double kill at the end, but that's pretty much the VoD. Like I said, the most important part of this game was Vayne top. It's a odd decision. They're trying something out, I guess. You know, it's early. It's early in the thing. They already got a win off of SKT today, but that's not something Wonder is probably known for. And you know, it's a very very odd pick in that situation because it causes you to have no map control because you have to assume Rookie's going to beat Caps in lane. He's already done it so many times now. You can't assume that Caps is even going to go even against Rookie. You have to look at it like that. You have to look at that Caps is going to lose that lane. Hopefully not super bad because he's on Vladimir. But again, that's not really a Caps champion either. So I don't expect him to be, you know, great on that pick either. I know you got to take it away. I would take it away from IG too because the Shy has shown how outstanding he is on that champ. But I mean, he's outstanding on a lot of champs. So nice snipe there. But yeah, it was a weird situation. I mean, he's in ult and he's not doing any damage. I mean, he still doesn't have a Rage Blade. We're almost 30 minutes into the game, still doesn't have a Rage Blade. Got 163 farm in a 28-minute game. Shy just styling on people. Just trying to, you know, I mean, they kind of destroyed him in the game. But I think overall today was a great day for G2. I think they proved to themselves that they can hang it, you know, with these two teams. Again, this game, they didn't play terrible in this game. I think whoever decided on the Vayne thing, you know, I think is at fault in that. But I don't think it's a terrible decision either. You know, they tried something, they went after it. I think their whole thing is mentality. They're fine after the game. I mean, they're professionals about it. I think they know they can hang with IG. They can definitely team fight with IG, but I think they need to. Someone's got to help Caps out there because he can't lane versus Rookie or Faker, and that's who you're going to have to go through to win this tournament. So, and I don't expect anybody to dominate the Shy or even hold their own against the Shy, but this is starting to become maybe just who Caps is, you know, and it not that he can't get through that, not that he can't get around that, get better than that. He's such a good player. He's a great player. But those situations, we're starting to find those two guys are really his kryptonite, and that's bad because they're the gatekeepers if you want to win world championships right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do and how they go about that. But great game by IG. I look forward to tomorrow and hopefully G2 can keep it up because I think they can throw a wrench in this whole entire machine. They're an outstanding team, but IG just they look devastating right now.